And she was like, I'll give it a try. But then she was like, after she heard like the 100 episodes, she was like, maybe is there something like I can get like a summary of those 100 episodes and then start from the good parts? And I was like, you can try, but I don't think so.
And this is where, you're not there yet as a One Piece fan because you're still in that section of One Piece where it feels like the beginning.
Yes.
It feels like the beginning.
Fair.
But and that's the good part about One Piece, is that it feels like the beginning, but you're 300 episodes deep.
Yes.
So it's not the beginning.
And I know it's not the beginning because I'm 300 episodes deep, but it feels like the beginning because like we just got to the part where they introduced like Robin and her backstory.
Exactly.
Like I just got to the part where they introduced Robin and her backstory, and that's like one of the main characters in the show, like part of Luffy's gang, basically.
Yeah, like she is a Straw Hat, but even so, because like
I've considered her a Straw Hat for a while, probably since Skypiea. I've considered her a Straw Hat.
Well, that's because of a few things. Like, there's a bunch of different factors as to why you would consider Robin a Straw Hat. I think like the three biggest ones are, one, you started watching it after the show came out, and after the show's been out for a long time. So,
and I would like to say you have those posters on your wall, and one is Robin, and she's up with the crew. So I'm like, obviously, she's a Straw Hat.
And it's a blessing and a curse because although you get to know kind of who's going to be on the crew, when you were sitting there going, Robin's on the crew, and I'm going, no, she's not. Like, we haven't seen her join the crew yet. And I was trying to tell you, like, yeah, she may feel like she's on the crew. You may know she's going to be on the crew.
Oh, I got so annoyed because I was like, she is on the crew, though.
But now you understand.
Yes, I understand that they had to do her backstory regardless. I knew that. But she's never not been on the crew since she's been on the crew.
Since she's shown up, she's been on the crew, which is...
And
isn't that kind of beautiful, though? Isn't that kind of the purpose of it?
They just kind of accepted her. And even when like Luffy and the gang were talking about her, they still talk about her like Robin is our friend. Like, what are you talking about?
And like, because you thought she was on the crew, or sorry, not because you thought, like, you felt like she was on the crew because they were acting as though she was on the crew.
Correct.
But something so simple as like, you never heard her call Chopper Chopper. Or Nami.
But I didn't notice those little details until you pointed it out. And you're like, no, she's not on the crew. Remember how everyone else talks about their crewmates?
Yes.
By saying their name, and she would say like doctor or captain.
I think she'll say Luffy.
Oh.
I don't actually vividly remember. You could be right. You're watching it more than I am. But
no, I'm pretty sure she says, I've heard her say captain.
Say captain?
Yeah.
Because that would be more weird than saying Luffy.
No, I've heard her say Luffy when she's referencing him, but when she's speaking to him directly, she'll say captain.
Captain. Okay, yeah. But like Zoro, she says swordsman.
Yes.
Sanji, cook.
Yes.
Because she isn't on a first name basis with them yet.
Yes.
She's not there yet with them. But you're at episode like 303, 304, 305-ish.
305.
Yeah. So you're right at the end of the Luffy fight.
Yes, I am.
And
I got so mad because I was watching it today. So I've been watching the Luffy fight, right?
Wait, no, we can't keep talking. We can't talk about that shit right away.
Okay, sorry.
We have to stay on somewhat of a topic.
Okay, fine, sorry.
So we got to stick with Robin now. Robin joining the crew. I have like a stick right here. Oh.
Go fetch.
So you thought Robin was on the crew, which is completely understandable. Yeah. Basically, she was on the crew.
Yes.
But now that Robin, you're on her. Actually, whoa. Let me start over. There's a difference between being on the Straw Hat's ship versus being a Straw Hat.
Yes.
So Vivi, for example, do you remember her fairly well?
Yes, of course I remember.
Is she a Straw Hat to you?
No.
Why not?
Because she was Princess Vivi, and from the start she showed that she had a purpose, and that purpose was her country. She wanted to make sure her country was okay. So I knew she wasn't. No, I knew she wasn't permanent because of that.
But what about the X on her arm? At the end, where they put their arm up with the X. We'll come back for you.
That's just like a friendship thing, to be honest with you.
Very true. I do agree with that's a friendship thing, but that's a different level of friendship than anybody else. Like, to me, I consider Vivi like an honorary Straw Hat.
Mm-hmm.
I even argue like Vivi's gonna become a full-on Straw Hat soon.
Ooh.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I think Vivi would
especially
be
with the The reveals in 1084. In 1084, Princess Nefertari. Huh?
I have no clue what reveals he's talking about.
Yeah, no. So yeah, back to Robin. So I brought up Vivi because I consider Vivi and Robin kind of where you are similar, where it's like they were on the crew, they were on the ship, like they're friends. But Robin right now, you got her whole backstory.
I did.
You got the whole SOP fest, like
I got
everything.
everything.
Yeah, and then you saw all of the Straw Hats like stand
guys.
up ready
I think I have allergies.
to
My nose is
save
itching.
her. Right? Like they were all ready and lined up, including the one de facto. The one guy who fucked off from the Straw Hats. Fuck that guy.
Oh! I was so mad at him. I'm still so mad at him, but whatever.
Well, tell me how you feel. Like what? Fuck that guy. Fuck Usopp.
I cannot believe the audacity of Usopp to do that bullshit in front of everyone's eyes.
That's what I'm saying.
I got so mad at him because I'm like, why do you... Like, I think it's so selfish that he didn't consider that the rest of his crew also felt the same way about Mary. Like,
Exactly.
I understand that you've been with Mary the entire time. They've been with Mary the entire time as well.
Duh, yeah, you preach.
And I know, like, Usopp, like, really tried to fix Mary, and he was there for Mary. He was the one who basically, like, mended her every single time something was wrong. And it meant a lot to her because he got Mary when, what's that girl's name?
Married?
He got married.
Oh, he got married from...
He got married when he left his home island from,
Hold on, what's her name? Hold on.
Ooh, yeah, you know who I'm talking about. From the girl he used to tell tales to?
Yeah, what's her name in the window? Oh, gosh.
He's trying so hard, and I'm so sorry.
It's because you keep talking.
Isn't this what I'm here for? To talk?
I can't remember her name for the life of me. No, that Khalifa is the girl Nami fought.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hot.
I can't remember her name, but she sat in the window. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And she gave him the boat.
Yeah.
So here's a question: do you know why Usopp was so upset with them wanting to get rid of the Mary? Like, do you know why? Like, can you imagine why? Like, I want your perspective.
I think it's because he just thinks that they didn't consider how much the Mary has gone through for them, and he considered the Mary like a crewmate. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. Because that makes sense to me as well. Like, she was literally there for them the entire time.
Yeah.
Took them so far.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
To Sky Island.
Yeah.
To Sky Island and from.
Back.
Like,
yeah,
like, wow.
Bro.
She is a crew
And
member.
it broke my heart when he was talking to Frankie about Mary after Usopp got kicked out. Actually, after he left. Sorry, I'm going to say left because he fought Luffy and he left. Which I was so pissed off about because I was like, the audacity of this man to think that no one else cares about Mary like that. Like, I was like, how could you be so freaking self-centered?
And then to stand up and fight your captain.
Knowing you cannot win.
But regardless of that, you're fighting your captain, your friend, in front of your friends. Usopp must have been going through it.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did think he had balls for that. I do give him credit for that because I was like, damn, you really care about Mary and I respect that. But also, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you fucking idiot on like a empathetical kind of wave, right? Like, I understand why he was so mad to the point of wanting to fight, right? Because imagine being Usopp. You're just some normal dude.
Yes.
On the crew of 3 fucking monsters like Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro.
Yes.
Then you got Nami. You got Chopper. Everybody's so special. Except for Usopp. But what did Usopp bring to the table? He brought the Mary. So when they looked at him and they said, we're going to get rid of the Mary because it's no longer serving its purpose anymore. Well, what happens when Usopp no longer serves his purpose?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. I think that's Usopp's own insecurities because even when we got to, like, I think everyone on that crew knew Usopp grew.
Yep.
And everyone had the same respect for Usopp, just like Usopp did for them. I think.
But Usopp didn't. Usopp was more hurt by the fact that they were willing to let go of a nakama, a crewmate, just because they aren't useful anymore.
Yeah, but the way I saw it was, why would you not trust your crew that they already went through that?
Because he
and
feels
your friends?
useless. Usopp felt useless.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That sounds like Usopp's own insecurities. He gotta go heal himself by himself.
No, that's not what One Piece is about. It's not about
I'm so mad at Usopp. I honestly, when he left, I'm so mad at him.
Yeah, and I understand because I was hyping it up too. I'd be like, fuck that guy. Like, fuck Usopp. How dare you put your fist to the
Especially,
captain?
no, I think I was also mad as well because Sanji and Zoro and Luffy literally just fought Frankie and all of them for Usopp, and Usopp's just being like a little stupid ass boy.
Yes.
He's like, no, guys, you can't. After he wakes up, after he's beaten, after Chopper like takes care of him, after Zoro and Luffy and Sanji like beats up Frankie and his crew for him, he's like, I'm leaving because you guys don't care about me and the marrying. Like, no.
But notice how he says like me and the Mary. Like he's putting his self-value on the ship.
I have no clue why he did that though.
Well, don't forget that they're also young, right? Like they're like 17 at the time, which age is not that important. But you're first meeting them. They are immature. That's the whole thing. They are children running amok.
Yes.
And Usopp hasn't fully developed his emotional maturity yet.
I'm literally just showing my own colors because I just think it's so unattractive that he has no self-confidence.
But wasn't it super attractive when he showed up not he showed up, when Sniper King showed up?
No, I thought it was hilarious.
Good. Okay. Anyway, so I don't want to talk about Sniper King yet.
I don't think it was attractive. I thought it was hilarious, but I was also like, just show your face. Like, everyone knows it's you.
He can't.
That's because of his own pride and ego, though.
Exactly. But no, consider it like he can't.
Why? Because of himself?
Because of his own pride and ego, he cannot show his face to his friends. But he can be there for them. How beautiful!
It's beautiful.
How beautiful!
Yes, okay, fair. If we're looking at it from that perspective, then yes, it is absolutely beautiful.
And it was in everybody's time of need.
Yes.
Robin needed them. Luffy needed them. Like, if you notice, we're getting way more into Enies Lobby. Let's stick to, like, Water 7-esque.
Okay.
Like, if you notice, during the fight of Usopp Luffy, like, Usopp was pulling out moves that we have never seen.
Yes, he absolutely was.
He was like, I'm ready to fight, and I'm not going to hold back.
Yes.
And Luffy saw it.
Yeah.
Respected it enough to also not hold back.
Yeah.
Luffy was basically, well, in my interpretation, like, Luffy was basically telling Usopp, like, you can't do this. Like, I'm still your friend. I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go easy on you because I'm your friend. But, like, I have to do this. You have to do this. You got to go now.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite scenes in the whole show is, like, right after that. It's when they're all on the boat, and Luffy is sitting there going, I'm going to go get him back. And Zoro goes, if you bring him back, and we all try to pretend like nothing ever happened, I'm leaving. You're a captain now.
Oh, yeah. He did say that.
You are a captain now.
He was like, you are a captain.
Yeah. And it was like, at that moment, Luffy was like, oh, I am the captain.
Yeah.
Like, he is my friend, but
I'm first the captain.
I'm the captain.
Yep.
Right? If I falter with him, then I must falter with everybody.
Yes.
But not I must. I'm going to because that's how I am as a captain now.
You have to set your standards for yourself.
From the get-go, you set your standards.
Yep.
And Zoro, like, honestly, Zoro putting Luffy in his place of being like, yeah, that's what happens. Whew. So good. Honestly, one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you.
So with
I know my favorite scene from this, but it's not from Water 7. It's from Enies Lobby.
Yeah, let's move it. Because Water 7 is the boring part compared to Enies Lobby. So you just want to talk about Enies Lobby the whole time. No. But Water 7 had some really good things, like the Aqua Laguna.
Yes.
So they were showing up the big
and
wave.
And the old lady and the small little girl.
And the bunny.
Grandma Kokoro?
Yeah,
Kokoro?
Koroko? It's not Koroko, but...
something like that.
Kuruku? Whatever. Who cares?
Yep.
Yeah, the train lady.
The train old lady.
The little girl with the... And then
we learned about Tom's backstory. Oh my gosh!
I need to know about this.
We learned about Pluton.
See? Okay, so these are parts that I missed. I need you to tell me... Okay, so what do you learn about Pluton?
Okay, so, wait. Before we get to that. So when they got in Water 7, they met Grandma Kokoro.
Yep.
I think that's her name. and the little girl Chimney
Granny.
and
That's
that
what they call her in
bunny.
dub.
Yeah, let's just call her Granny. Because that's just so much easier. And the little girl and the little bunny, the cute little bunny. And then we met Iceberg, which I actually really do like Iceberg as well. Like I dead respect him so much.
Okay.
And I also really liked the Iceberg's crew who helped build the.
Not the Frankie brothers.
No, not the Frankie brothers.
Hold on.
The 5 of them.
What are they? Wait. What? Who? Iceberg in them?
Well, now it's CP9, but.
So sorry. So that's what I want to know. Like Tom's direct workers were CP9, and nobody knew.
No.
Oh, okay.
Icebergs. So.
Oh, sorry.
Tom,
Yeah, not Tom.
Yeah,
Iceberg.
we're not talking about Tom yet.
Yeah, sorry.
So Iceberg's direct workers, who helped him build the ships, the shipwrights, that's what they call them, the shipwrights. And then we figured out they were part of CP9. I really, really liked them. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, I love Lookiie.
Lookiie,
I was like, I love Lookiie. He has a talking
Lookiie.
pigeon on him. And I realized something was kind of wrong when he was introducing himself and the pigeon was talking. And the pigeon was like, oh, I'm Looch. And then the pigeon stopped and was like, and introduced himself differently. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
Weird.
So that kind of told me something was like, that's kind of weird. Either this guy talks or he's hiding a secret.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's very interesting.
See how it's hard to hold back from telling the secret?
Yep.
Imagine all the secrets, knowing all the secrets.
Yep. So that was very interesting. And then we got into it.
Yes.
And Water 7 was beautiful. Oh,
big
I
island,
loved it.
big city.
I loved the concept of Water 7. A city on the water.
Yeah, and with all the bunch of different
built
tiers.
around it with the different
and
tiers.
And then the fountain is, it's very, very pretty.
I loved it. Even when Aqua Laguna came, I was like, that makes sense because there has to be a downfall to such a beautiful city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Like in every arc of One Piece, right? Like Alabasta, gorgeous, but it's being ran by a
tyrannical
government.
But it's also everything in life as well, right? Like,
true.
In both ways, it reflects.
Oh, so that's what you're saying. One Piece is a good analogy for life at a large. Beautiful.
In different ways, yeah.
In different ways, yeah. In different ways.
Yeah.
Example, you have to learn and emotionally mature yourself.
Yeah.
By the use of your friends and people being there for you and you being there for people.
But I will say, one of my favorite things about Luffy and the crew is their friendship. I love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. And I think I probably told you this in our last episode, but that does not change, as you've seen, right? Like, for 300 episodes, Sanji will look at Zoro and say, you mosshead. Oh,
no, but I will say, in Water 7... Oh, sorry, there's a bird. It's such a pretty bird behind you guys. Anyway, in Water 7, I realized Sanji and Zoro started to bicker more.
Yes.
They weren't bickering as much before, but recently they've been bickering a lot more, and I kind of like their dynamic more because they've been bickering. So, my favorite has slowly become from Robin and Sanji. It's kind of Zoro and Sanji right now.
Zoro fan!
It wasn't going to be like that before. It wasn't. But then Sanji and Zoro started bickering more. And I think I liked their friendship bickering. And I already kind of liked Zoro.
Zoro's cool. Zoro's very cool.
Zoro's always been cool.
Yeah,
Zoro's always been cool. But he doesn't talk a lot. That's the thing.
True.
Whereas Robin, I have like deeper connections to her because I admire what she does.
Yeah. Her role on the crew. Yeah.
But
which is all, sorry to cut you off here, but that's also something that you're going to have to that you'll consequently end up paying attention to. It's not so much who wants to be on the Straw Hats and who does the Straw Hat want to be with them.
Yeah.
It's who does the Straw Hats need? And they needed Robin before they went to Skypiea.
Yes.
Or else they would have never been able to read those poneglyphs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So the person that the Straw Hats need show up when they need them. And then the Straw Hats prove to that person that we need you.
Yeah.
Right? And it's proven to everybody, including the viewer, including the people like in One Piece, like Spondum and Lucci and all these people are trying to keep Robin away from Luffy.
Yeah.
Because they know that Luffy needs her.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe not only Luffy needs her, maybe they need her as well. Like, we don't know how far this thing is going.
I honestly do think Robin needs them as well, remember?
Yes.
Because she finally made some friends.
And she finally wants to live. So, like, it wasn't Jack. Jack is Jaguar Diesel. What was the professor in Ohara's name?
Oh, the one with the big hair?
Yeah, Clover. As soon as you went, I have Clover. So Clover told her, like, go out to sea. Like, you're gonna find people that are gonna want to be your friend.
That was Saul, actually.
Oh, it was Saul?
It was Saul,
I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah. It was the person who saved him. Jaguar D. Saul, the giant that saved her.
Yes.
People are gonna, like, you're gonna have friends. Like, you gotta go. So, like,
I'm gonna pause you there because you're talking about the backstory already, and I didn't finish Water 7.
No. I'm just talking about that one sentence of like, you're gonna find friends.
Yeah.
Like, and she didn't believe them
Yeah.
up until after they met Luffy, after Robin met Luffy, up until after she got taken away and all of these things. That's when it finally clicked to her, like, oh yeah, these are the people I need.
Yes.
And the reason why I need them is because I want to live.
Yeah.
That's why she's screaming out, I want to live.
And it was so emotional when she looked and Luffy was like, I need to hear you say it, Robin. And this girl was crying. She was in tears saying, I want to live. Take me away from here, Luffy. It was very heart-wrenching.
And that, we're getting there.
That's why I didn't want you to talk about it.
It's okay. Like, you see how all it took was Luffy just saying, I'm here. I need you to tell me you need me right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do it. I'll do it.
It reminded me, he did that exact same thing for Nami as well.
Exactly.
And he did it, I think he did it for everyone, to be quite honest.
Zoro.
He did it for Zoro, and he did it for Sanji as well.
He technically did it for Usopp.
Yeah.
By saying, I'll take you out to sea.
Yeah.
Like, do you, like, come with us? But he didn't ask Usopp to come. So when you're further into the series, I'll have other things to talk to you about. But something very subtle as, he didn't ask Usopp to come.
Yes.
He commanded Usopp to come.
Yes.
He said, get on the boat.
We're friends, aren't we?
We're friends. You're coming with us. Whereas every other person, he has like double checked. Like, hey, is it okay if we're friends?
Yes.
Is it okay if I help you right now? Because I'll help you. I just need you're okay with it. Zoro, he's staring at the food. You want that? That's all he asked.
Yeah.
Sanji, oh, you're going to feed somebody? Oh, I need somebody like that. You should come with me.
Yeah.
He asks them.
Yeah.
Nami, he was standing there with the monster trio behind her.
Just silently.
And just silence. And then, as soon as she goes, Luffy, I need your help. Or Luffy, help me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gone. Like, except for Usopp, which that's something I want to talk about maybe when you're at episode like 800, maybe 790, with the Tontada. That's something I want to bring up with the Tontada.
I feel like you guys know a secret I don't know.
Well, technically, you know a secret now that Skypea Tiffany doesn't know.
Fair.
Right? It's kind of like that. That's how we know all the secrets. We just learn. And it's these tiny little pieces being put together. Example, what you just did. He asks everybody, including Robin, Nami, Zoro, you're putting that little piece together?
Yes.
That's actually what ends up happening in One Piece. How you end up learning all of these information. It's just, he does the same thing like 40 times, and then finally on the 41st, you're there like, oh, that's what this means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Water 7 now.
Back to Water 7,
I was, when I was learning about Water 7, it was such a beautiful place, such a beautiful island, and then we met Iceberg and Lookiie and Khalifa and all of the crew members.
I love Kaku.
The guy with the long nose?
Yes.
Yes. I actually do love Kaku as well.
I love that scene of him like jumping off the building and just flying.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that scene.
That literally just looked like freedom to me.
Freedom.
And Polly. I did not like Polly at first.
Polly is, hold on.
The guy who stole their money.
Oh, yeah, fuck that guy.
And then Lookiie was like,
oh, you met Frankie?
Yes.
You met, all the Frankie brothers.
I also did not like Frankie and all of his brothers.
You said I did not. Do you like Frankie now?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, anyway. So, you met all of the CP9 members. Well, at the time, they weren't CP9.
I will tell you something, though. It's very hard for me not to like someone after I learn their backstory. whether it be negative or positive, because because of what I studied, to be quite honest, I'm like, oh, that's what makes you the person you are.
Yeah.
I studied sociology and criminology, so knowing someone's backstory makes or breaks the person. It means a lot.
And it helps you gain empathy for them, which is
does,
also why you're watching One Piece, right? Like, the reason why you care about Robin now is because you saw her backstory. Nami, you saw her backstory.
Yeah, but
you want to know
if
the funny?
I'm being honest with you, Robin's backstory was very different from everyone else's backstory, because I think I would have liked Robin regardless, just because she was hot and she read Poneglyph.
Yes, but eventually, so just because of how One Piece is set up, eventually, the fact that she can read poneglyphs would have forced her to have a crazy backstory.
Yes.
And it's actually decent that they got it out of the way, like right away, because if they would have left Robin's backstory to like now where I am in the manga, there would have been so many like plot holes and so many like
Along the way,
like
yeah.
along the way that it would have just like not really made sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And not only that, would have probably, I don't want to say taken away from the story, but wouldn't have given you that. Like you wouldn't have received whatever you were getting from it. Like Robin being able to read the poneglyphs and poneglyphs being what they are, you have to have some sort of backstory or some sort of explanation as to how she can read these crazy pieces of artifacts. These crazy artifacts.
I felt like I knew it was going to be something big either way, because who the hell has like that millions and millions of berries over their head as a kid?
See? So that, no, you're absolutely right. Like, I'm actually going with you. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Now it does.
Yeah.
That's kind of how One Piece is. It's just like it doesn't make sense, and then it does.
And I liked
Sometimes it
that
does,
Water
still does.
7 the entire way. They were leaving like little hints about it, because when we learned that Iceberg had a picture of Robin in his like office, like the wanted picture, and he was like, that girl's very important.
Yep.
I was like,
yep. So yeah, you see like
my Apple Watch brought up pictures of Robins.
Oh, nice. So you see, like, even Iceberg is sitting there. Iceberg or Tom? I don't remember who you just said.
Iceberg.
Iceberg has a picture of Robin. CP9 is after Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy and them want to save Robin. Robin was with Baroque Works as number 3, Miss All Sunday, or whatever her name was. With one of the warlords.
Wait, I don't think CP9 was originally after Robin. I think they wanted Pluton.
No,
then,
because yes, but also no, because remember when they were walking in the city and Robin was alone, how somebody with a mask just went CP9.
Yeah, so confused. I was
like
so
even
confused.
like I'm saying now because you're done in
What the heck does that mean? Why is Robin not here anymore? What the hell is going on?
Right,
like,
so now it's all
was hitting
making
the fan.
sense.
I was so confused.
And with that being said, of like, oh, CP9 next to Robin, you instantly kind of...
I genuinely thought Robin was like a double agent. I was like, what is going on?
Fair. That's actually a good assumption.
So confused.
I don't vividly remember, but I would not be surprised if that was actually the intent. Make you feel like she was some type of double agent.
It could have been, because I thought like she was like a double agent, and like her undercover thing was just to do the cold crocodile thing.
Yeah.
And then she just ended up being on and she had to escape as a double agent. She had to escape, and she just ended up being with like Luffy's gang, and by proxy she just ended up making friends with them. But she was still in all ways was a double agent.
Do you
That's
think
genuinely what I thought about
that
her.
this double agent facade, those friendships that you were witnessing were real? Like, it was a real friendship through her...
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's what took her out of her double agency?
I didn't doubt the friendship, but I did doubt who she was.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Fair. Because, yeah, she had multiple names, right? She had Miss All Sunday, then she was Demon Child, and then now she's Nico Robin, right? And she has all these weird quirks about the poneglyphs. You learned about Ohara, all of these crazy
Everyone
stuff.
along the way just knew like random little things about her, and it was all very different things. Like one person would know her as Miss All Sunday, one person would know her as something else. That guy who freezes the
Aokiji, Demon Child, Nico Robin.
Aokiji knew her as something completely different. Demon Child. And I was like, holy, like everyone just knows this girl.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what to think about her.
That's good. It's like it's good, as you see. So, Water 7 comes to a close with the Aqua Laguna.
Yeah.
Right? And at this point, I'm sure everything is revealed. CP9, like some of the members of the what are those people? The shipwrights are actually CP9 members. You have Iceberg, who has the plans from Tom of Pluton.
Yes.
Frankie stole 400 million berries from Usopp, and Usopp is
so
off the crew. Has Usopp transitioned into Sogeking yet?
No.
When does he transition? On their way to Enies Lobby?
On the way to Enies Lobby, when CP9 captures Frankie and Usopp, and then Sanji comes to save Robin, not knowing that Usopp and Frankie are there, and he like ends up letting them loose, obviously.
Mhm.
And he's like, Sanji's like, okay guys, we gotta go save Robin. And Usopp's like, this is Usopp. No, I am no longer on your crew. I cannot.
Yes, on the top of the train.
Stop, I'm not fit. Walks away. And then he's like, but I am Sniper King. I can save Robin. Let's go. And I was like,
that was good.
And Frankie was so confused. confused.
Yeah.
Frankie was like, "What the? What is he doing?" And then Sanji was like, "Just play along."
Yeah. Yeah, the Sniper King can help her. How good. How good. I wonder who's under the mask. Oh, well, technically, the last episode
Austin's
you watched.
been saying that. I wonder who's under the mask. And I'm like, come on. Even Sanji and Frankie
It's
knows.
so
They're just
funny.
playing along.
It's so funny because ever since Soja King, Sniper King showed up, I would sit there and go, who's under the mask? Like, I wonder who's under the mask.
And I would get so irritated. I'm like, babe, you're not stupid. You know who's under the mask.
She's like, everybody knows except for Luffy and Chopper who's under the mask. And it's Usopp. I'm like, it's not Usopp.
Luffy and Chopper are just so gullible.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not Usopp. It's not Usopp. And she's getting so upset.
Because I'm like, it is Usopp. What do you mean?
Yeah, and then
no one else has that long nose with that many bandages on it.
It's not Usopp. Because and then at the end of Enies Lobby, when like the bridge burns down or the Buster Call and everything is here, Usopp takes off his mask.
No, Sniper King. Wow, do you see that, guys? It's not Usopp, but Usopp takes off the mask.
Sniper King takes off his mask, and it's Usopp.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, it's Usopp. I
was so mad. I was like, no shit, Sherlock.
And she's so upset. But, theory time, boys. Theory time, boys. Soja King is an actual character that Usopp goes into. Like, you know how we were talking. You know how we were talking earlier about the idea that Usopp still has to be there for his friends, whether he can or can't show his face around them. Well, to become a great warrior of the sea is his dream, right?
Yes.
Usopp can't do that. Usopp is cowardly.
Yes.
Not if he doesn't show his face. Then he becomes Sniper King.
Fair.
All of his cowardice is still there, but he's way better at suppressing it.
Fair.
Right? When he's Zoro's sword. He's like, so I actually think that Sniper King is a real thing that goes into the person that wants to be the least cowardice of all.
Fair.
And in their moments of need, they turn into Sniper King or whatever king. Whatever king. It could have been Zoro, and Zoro was a coward person, and if he had gotten kicked off the ship and still wanted to be like, no, I'm there for my friends, he would have been Sword King.
Guys, I think I'm just gonna do that one. Like, I feel like a little low self-confidence. I'm just dress up as another person and be like, I'm not Tiffany anymore, I'm Samantha.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened with Usopp, which is why I was saying I don't know who's under the mask, because that sure as hell is not Usopp.
Yeah, no.
Usopp would be running away crying. Whoever is under that mask, he got some balls. He's a brave warrior, if you ask me. But yes, and then the reveal of Usopp being under the mask
I appreciate
was really
the fact that you think of Usopp so highly.
Well, if I don't, who will? Not him.
Not me.
Exactly, so I will, because I think Usopp is. You want to know something really sad, Tiff?
I like Usopp, but I just don't like him that much.
Do you want to hear something really sad?
Go. I feel bad for all this Usopp hate, I really do.
It's not spoilers.
Okay, go.
Okay, but we're talking about the nearing of the end of the series.
Okay.
I've read this multiple places. I've seen videos of this, and no one on the Straw Hats have died yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the only spoiler that I'm giving you.
Okay.
None of the Straw Hats have died yet.
Yeah.
But we are now in the final saga.
Yes.
So in the big fights that are going to be happening,
yes,
I have a feeling that Usopp is going to have to save Luffy.
Okay. Okay.
I have a feeling that Usopp's going to have to save Luffy.
Okay.
And Usopp isn't going to ask for permission this time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Luffy's going to be in his time of need.
Yes.
And everyone else is going to feel like Luffy has won.
Yes.
Or Luffy is okay.
Yes.
But Usopp is going to be the only one to actually have this guttural feeling of like Luffy's not okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because Luffy's probably going to tell everybody I'm
that
okay.
He's okay, yeah.
Like, I'm good. You guys, like, I'll meet you at the ship. Get on the ship and I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
No, he's actually, like something fatal is going to happen soon.
Yes.
And Usopp's going to show up and he's going to put on his Sniper King outfit.
Yes.
And Luffy's going to say, like, Sniper King, you leave.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, no, you're a friend. Aren't you coming with us? Exactly how he asked Usopp to join the crew.
That would be a really, really, really cool scene. Yes.
Nobody can avoid death.
Yes.
So Usopp is going to die
No,
instead
stop.
of Luffy.
No, I can't.
And
That would be so
finally
heartbreaking.
embody what it means
To be a
to
brave
be
warrior.
a great, brave
Wow.
warrior of the sea.
That would be definitely heartbreaking, and I think I would definitely shed some tears.
Yes.
Now, I would probably come on this and be like, guys, I'm so sorry for trashing Usopp like this.
Yes.
Please forgive me.
I honestly don't see another way where his story comes to an end, and like there's two ways. Sorry, there's actually two ways. I like the idea of him dying a lot more because I feel like that puts his character to rest.
Right.
Right, like he's a great storyteller, so a great story will be told about him.
Yes.
He is a coward, but he died in the least cowardly way.
Yes.
Right? So he's gonna actually embody what it means to be a great warrior of the sea, but only after his death.
Yes.
Or he is going to survive all of it. Nothing's bad is gonna happen to him, but he's going to write a tale with about Luffy and him, where he writes about a great brave warrior of the sea.
Oh.
Right? Because he's a storyteller. He's
Yes.
he tells lies, and
Yeah.
he's gonna embellish the whole story of Luffy. Like
Yeah.
when Luffy went to Alabasta, he pulls out a giant fist in the sky, and it comes down. Like
Yes.
crazy storytelling that we get from Usopp.
But the thing is, I don't think that Usopp's story about Luffy will be untrue because Luffy does such exaggerated shit.
Which is why I just said
it's
embellish.
completely believable, you know.
Embellish. Like just like boost it up. Like just cranked up to 12 so that like a kid could watch a cartoon made out of it. Right? Like instead of it being Luffy punches Crocodile and Crocodile turns into sand, it's like no, Luffy like the blast sends sand flying, an entire sandstorm shows up.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of embellishment I would expect from Usopp
Usopp.
to make a great story
Yeah.
about a great warrior of the sea.
But what I'm saying is, I already feel like the story is already embellished whenever it's Luffy in a fight.
Well, it could end, and we're just actually like it literally could end with the book closing and some long-nosed old man is in there going, and that's the story of the
Yeah.
Pirate King
Fair.
Luffy.
Fair.
It literally could end
Fair.
like that.
I don't know why I'm upset about that ending though.
I would be very upset too. But it could end that way. Like that, like maybe not exactly like that, but along that line
Yeah.
of like it could just end and Usopp is fine and blah blah blah.
I would not be fine.
No, I hope Usopp dies. Not I hope like in a I hope he dies. No.
Wow, that's
Like
nice.
there's also a lot of religious iconography.
What the heck is iconography? Do y'all know what iconography is? Because I have no clue what the heck that
I'm
means.
sure there's a bunch of people that know what iconography is, but it's like you know how if I showed you a cross or a Buddha
Yeah.
or
sorry.
a sigil of some religion, it's something that symbolizes a religion.
Okay.
A
A religious icon?
iconography.
What's the difference from icon to iconography?
No, because icon would just be like Jesus or Buddha or
Yes.
Allah or Ganesh.
Yes.
Like one of those idols, right? Like
Yes.
icon. But iconography is more so symbols of the faith.
Okay.
But so why I say that is because, like, for example, this happens a little bit later in the show, but one of our main characters on our Straw Hats is being held up in. I'm going to put the microphone. But he's being held up like this. He's being held up by like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Head back on because he's being beaten up.
Yeah.
But the people are holding him up, saying like, "Look, it's our savior," right? So the people are sitting there like, "Oh yes, yes, yes," and he's sitting there like this. Well, what iconography is that? If you have a guy,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
understand what you're saying.
right. It's Jesus iconography.
Yeah.
He's reimagining or kind of symbolizing the cross,
Yes.
or somebody dying on the cross, or whatever that symbol is. But
Yes.
it's clear Judeo-Christian iconography.
Yeah.
And that happens a bunch throughout One Piece.
Yeah.
And one of the characters, as I just showed you, has Jesus iconography. Well, what happens at the end of the Jesus story we know? He
Yeah.
sacrifices himself
Yes.
to save us.
Yes.
Maybe, see, this is where it's hard for you to know, but like for me, maybe that character that had the symbol of Jesus is going to sacrifice himself like Jesus did.
Okay.
Those are the iconographies that I'm talking about, where they show you something and it could relate to this religious text.
Okay.
And then it's the viewer's job to go, well, if this person has these character types, and in order to like has these kind of character types and wants to be this better person and is being symbolized by all of these religious like symbols,
Mhm.
well then maybe the way they become that person is by the same way the religious icon became the religion, like
Yes.
became the deity.
Mhm.
That was a long-winded thing to say, but yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying about that character. I don't know which character.
What character were we talking about?
I didn't want to say a character because it happens a little bit later, but it is one of
Oh.
our Straw Hats.
Okay, I
Yes.
understand.
Everybody else will know what I'm talking about. God. Not an L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, sorry. I just finished Skypiea and Water 7, so I was like,
Yeah, and
no?
so Skypiea, what's right after Skypiea?
The military base?
Oh, yes. And then it's... Is there not something else in the middle?
I feel like there is something in the middle. There's definitely an island. Oh, they meet I'm pretty sure they meet the freeze guy.
Oh, yes. So yeah,
On
that
an island.
yes.
Oh, you know there was Foxy. Foxy in the middle.
Yeah, so okay, so wait. So let me just
Foxy went
quickly
on so
catch
long.
people up
Yeah.
to what from last episode. So last time Tiffany was on, she was just at she was
Skypiea.
just about to finish Skypiea,
Yeah.
like maybe 3 or 4 episodes away from finishing
Yes.
Skypiea, and now she is actually maybe 5 episodes away from finishing Enies Lobby.
Yes.
So she went from Skypiea down
guys.
to the military base, where Luffy eats a bunch of the food. Sanji
Yeah.
is with the hot cook, and you know
Very
everybody's
fun.
trying to get out. Zoro
Yeah.
loses his swords,
Ooh,
whatever.
Sorry, guys. There's
And then
mosquitoes.
right after that, they get to Longring Longlands.
Yes.
Foxy and
Yes,
them.
yes.
That yeah. So see, you already forgot about Foxy and that, and I did.
No, I purposely wanted to forget about
Yeah.
Foxy.
The
That
Longring
was
Longlands.
so long. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I hated Foxy. He was so
I
annoying.
understand.
Foxy reminds me of the beat up guy that I'm watching in Enies Lobby right now.
The Usopp.
The military guy whose father killed whose father did the Buster call on
Oh, Spondum. Fuck that guy.
Sponda's son. Or
Yeah.
is that his name? Sponda?
I don't know if it's Sponda or Spondum.
Don't know, hate him. Foxy
Yeah.
reminds me of him. It's just like all talk, no
So
action.
okay, so I want to know, because I agree with you that Longring Longlands
Yes.
into Foxy is actually not good.
No, it's horrible.
I absolutely agree with you. It is so boring. Why? Why were you bored? I can say it's boring because I've watched all of it. But
yes.
for you, that was like the most you had watched.
Yes.
And it was boring. Like,
Yes.
why was it so boring? What about that entire arc made you not want to watch One Piece?
The Foxy arc?
Yeah.
I think I number one, I hated the stupid ass games. Number two, I hated that the enemy was so they were very like cheap, if that makes sense. They were continuously cheating.
Yeah.
They had big talk, no game. It was just very crappy of an enemy, and I like enemies that I can respect. You know what I mean? Because then it makes the plot line and it makes everything else so much more intense when they have like a good backstory to why they're this evil. But it was just so cheap, so stupid. Honestly, I did not like Foxy at all.
So
He didn't even keep on his word. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like right now I'm watching the fight with like Rob Lucci and Luffy, and I can tell you straight up I respect Lucci so much.
Yes.
Even though he's a bad guy, I respect him because he keeps on his word. He's very like straightforward.
Yeah.
Foxy, oh my goodness. There's nothing that you could stand on. There's no ground to stand on for him because he's ugly. He doesn't keep on his word. He's a bad captain.
Yeah.
He's a cheater.
He's a cheater. Yeah. He's a scumbag. He's a liar. Like
it's just not fun to watch.
What's yours is mine, and what's mine is
Exactly.
mine. Like
Exactly.
fuck that guy.
Luffy and his crew are playing the games and they're being faithful to like the rules of the book, and Foxy and his crew are just cheating right,
Yep.
left, and center. Even the referee is like allowing them to cheat. I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. It was not fun to watch your friends be cheated at.
Yeah.
Like it was actually upsetting
It
to
was
have
so
to sit
upsetting.
there and watch Foxy, this fucking piece of shit,
Yeah.
shit all over our friends.
It was like watching Luffy beat up some random guy at a bar, and you're like, this makes no sense because
Well, no,
Luffy...
last time Luffy
No.
beat somebody at a
No.
bar, it was actually
Okay.
pretty sick.
Okay, wait. What? Okay, let me finish. It was like watching Luffy. Okay, remember the very beginning where Shanks was like laughing at the robbers who came into the bar, and Luffy's like, "Why are you laughing at them? They're speaking shit about you." But Shanks is laughing because he's like, "You are no match for me. Like, I have this. I'm worth so much more than you. I'm not gonna even like pick up a finger. Like, you can throw whatever you want at me. It's not worth it. It's not worth the fight because I know I'm better than you." And it felt like that. I'm like, why? It doesn't make sense that Luffy's fighting them. Or
No, well,
like
it did.
Sorry, it didn't make sense to me that Luffy was even entertaining the games, even though I know he has to do it because he's true to his word. I didn't like it because I'm like, this is no match for you. Like, Foxy's no match for you. I did not enjoy it because
you could whoop his ass instantly.
You could whoop his ass instantly.
And if we notice, like, he didn't really, like, Foxy didn't even play in a lot of the games. Like, Foxy played in one of the games and got his ass whooped in that game.
And the entire time, Foxy was outside, like, cheating.
Yeah. Oh, true. And then
such a big piss off. I was like, I cannot do this.
Yeah, and I didn't really like Foxy and the whole games. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really liked the idea of a Davy Beck fight.
Yes, I do like that idea.
It's really,
as well.
really, really cool. But for the exact same reasons, I did not like that. I had to sit there and watch the Straw Hats get cheated out of a victory.
I think if there was a Davy Back fight and it was like Ace's crew and Luffy's crew, I would absolutely watch that. You know what I mean? I think that would be a lot more interesting than Luffy and Foxy's crew.
That's a good question then. So like, the idea of a Davy Beck fight intrigues you. So who would you want to see in a Davy Beck fight?
Either Luffy against Shanks' crew or Luffy against Ace's crew. Because I know Ace has a crew and I know he's out there, but we haven't. We probably saw him once in Alabaster, like where I am.
No, you saw him twice.
I only remember him once in Alabaster, and he was talking about some guy that he had to get for his crew or something like that, and then he ended up like leaving.
No, he had to go hunt somebody down because they did something bad.
Yeah, he had to go hunt somebody down for his crew because they ended up betraying him or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever, anyway.
Pirate bullshit.
Yeah, anyway, but some pirate shit. Anyway, but I remember he said he had a crew, and I was like, oh, wow, that's very interesting because that was the first time I was actually introduced to Luffy's brother.
Yes, and then you found out that he has a crew of his own.
Yeah.
So like, wow, he's a captain, Luffy's a captain. Maybe this family's crazy because his grandfather is a...
Admiral, Vice Admiral.
Vice Admiral.
Yeah.
Or, Vice Admiral.
Vice Admiral, yeah.
So, this family must be crazy.
Yeah.
But, so you would want to... Shanks? So, here's something I'll tell you.
Yes.
We haven't seen another Davy Beck fight.
Yeah.
I think he kind of understood, or maybe he misunderstood, like Oda, that people didn't like the Davy Beck fights, but we just all hated Foxy.
Fair.
So, a lot of people think that Davy Beck fights are going to come back.
Yes.
Because they're fun.
Yes, they are fun.
They are fun. And right now in the story where we are, everybody is crazy powerful.
Yes.
It's losing the fun.
Yes.
How do you throw fun back in? Throw in a Davy Beck fight. So
Completely mix up all the crews.
And when I say a lot, I mean probably the majority of people you will ever talk to believe that when Shanks and Luffy meet again, if they fight, and like if they're enemies, it will be a Davy Beck fight.
Well, good to know.
A lot of people think that.
Good
I'm on board. I don't necessarily think that.
I don't know how I would want Luffy and Shanks to meet again. I haven't really thought about it.
Oh, but you just know that they have to meet again. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So there you go. Okay, so now after the Davy Beck fight, oh yeah, you watched Luffy Afro mode.
Yeah.
Weird. Where he goes, the Afro gives me power. Goofy.
I thought he was about to start dancing, like do a little disco thing. I was ready for it.
Yes. But like these are little things that to me, somebody who's a content creator who works on theories and who's watching the show all the time, when I see something like Luffy put on an Afro and go, I have more power, I'm out here like, you have more what?
Wait a damn minute.
Hold on a sec. An Afro? A wig makes you strong. That's it. That's what the One Piece is. The One Piece is an Afro.
Fair.
That you just put on. And it has all the memories of everybody ever.
Damn.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah.
That'd be a crazy One Piece.
That would.
That's a crazy One Piece theory.
That would.
I saw Doc Sake make a theory like about the One Piece being an Afro.
Yeah.
And he uses the Foxy fight as an example.
Yeah.
Because Later on in the story, there's like a new fighting mechanic where it's
Yeah.
basically you're wearing punching gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was Luffy wearing when he was wearing the afro?
Punching gloves.
Punching gloves. So like literally, like just because somebody was wearing gloves while they were wearing an afro, there's a whole video about a theory on how the afro is the one piece.
I believe that. That
It's
seems that
crazy.
accurate.
So Long Ring Long Island ends, and then you moved on to
The island where they met the freeze guy.
Aokiji.
Aokiji.
Yep, and that's where you learn a little bit about Robin being Demon Child Nico Robin.
Yep.
And we also saw.
I forgot what happened on the island, but I do remember.
Yeah, no, whatever you remember is all you're supposed to remember.
Oh no, it was a bunch of people that Aokiji helped cross the other side.
And what else? What you also remember is that Aokiji's stupid strong.
Yeah.
Like in one touch, he
not
froze
expecting
the
that.
entire Straw Hat crew.
Yep.
So and he let them go.
Yeah.
So he's also merciful.
Yeah.
Like what a weird character, but he's hot.
Yeah.
He's tall,
Mhm.
skinny,
Yeah.
lanky,
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
What?
He's not my type, but I'll
Oh,
agree.
Fair, yeah. I like his hair.
Okay.
Yeah, his hair's cool. And his power. Like the eyesight.
I love his power.
Yeah.
I think he has a sick power, and I do like his personality. To be honest with you,
I don't know enough about his personality.
I respect it.
Yeah.
So far, from what I know, I respect it.
Yes, that's all you can do is be
Yes.
like, yeah, I can respect this guy.
Yeah.
So they get off of that island, and then they head over to, finally, to Water 7.
Yeah.
Where the Mary is like absolutely breaking down, and
Absolute wreck.
you could go back to the beginning
Okay,
of her.
wait. So I learned about the Mary, and
Oh,
the
yeah,
Mary
okay.
was breaking down and all that stuff. And I wanted to talk about this. What I learned was they are fairy. I'm not just quite sure what they call
I
it.
can tell you what they're called, but I don't know if, like, are you talking about the fairies that fix the ships?
Yeah.
Those are called Klabottermen.
Klabotterman. Okay, so I learned about Klabotterman, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Because when Usopp when Usopp left the gang with the crew, he was like really hanging on when the Aqua Laguna was coming. Frankie found him, and Frankie and him were chilling, and he was trying to fix the Mary, and that's when he was telling Frankie the story about the Klabotterman. Klabotterman.
Fixing the ship.
He heard fixing the ship when they were in Skypiea,
Yep.
and she literally said, "Don't worry, I'll keep you guys a little longer.
Yeah, I don't vividly remember, but it's something along the
I'll
lines
take you
of
guys
like,
a little longer.
yeah, like I want to keep going a
Yeah.
little bit longer.
Yeah, I'll keep you. I'll
Yeah, yeah.
take you guys a little further, something
Yeah.
like that." And I was like, it was because she said it in such a sweet voice as well. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so cute. And then when he was telling the story, because I had seen it as well, when he was telling Frankie the story, Frankie was like, "No way,
You saw one.
you saw one.
Yes.
I've heard
They're
about
real.
that." He's like, "People have told me stories about them, and they're basically like ship fairies, and no one's ever seen one before, but they're basically ship fairies, and people who take pirates who take really good care of their ship, they dwell on that ship."
Hmm.
And
How adorable.
so cute.
Oh, I love that.
And then he was like, basically, the Mary loved you enough because you took good care of her. She took good care of you, and she made sure you guys made it here.
Yeah.
And I was like heartbroken. I was like on my edge. I think I may have shed a tear because I was
Yeah.
like, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering how the Mary got all the way up there, came down, and it was a big boom.
Yeah, and and I think going up to Skypiea, you don't really take it in. And then
You're right.
while you're in Skypiea, you're like, oh no, the Mary is not good.
Yeah.
But then it comes back from
Yeah,
Skypiea and
crashing
smacks
down.
that ocean. And I think every person subconsciously went, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, thank God they're safe, but
also,
the Mary is not doing too well
Yeah.
now. So when they got to Enies Lobby and you're like, oh my God, the shipwrights are there. You as the viewer were like, yes.
thank God.
Like, thank God we can fix the Mary
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's really cool how One Piece does that, where it's
Yeah.
like, you're worried for the Mary too.
Yeah.
And then you got to there
Yeah.
and they told you again, the Mary's not good.
Yeah.
And then another person says, we can't
Yeah.
fix the Mary. And then another person comes
So
along and says,
heartbreaking.
like, stop.
Yeah.
This is the end. This
Heartbreaking.
is beyond the end
Yeah.
for the ship. I don't even know how this thing got
Yeah.
here.
Everyone was like, I don't know how it took you this far.
Like, it was not supposed to make
Yep.
it here. And then that's when it clicks to Usopp now. Like, it was the Clobotoman, and then after that is when he tells Frankie, right? Or was it
Mhm.
just before that? I don't vividly remember. It's not that important.
He tells Frankie, and Frankie's like, I can't believe you saw one.
Yeah, but was
And
that before or
Frankie-
after the ship was like out of commission in the shipyard?
The ship was out of commission, and the ship was in Frankie's like little area, and he's talking to Frankie while he's trying to fix the ship, and Frankie tells him, "You saw Clobotoman."
Yeah.
And Frankie's like, "Why are you trying to fix the ship?" And it's like not good. It's not going to do you anything. Frankie started tearing apart the ship.
Yep.
Usopp started crying. It was super emotional.
Fuck Frankie, bro. Like the guy's sitting there saying, "I'm heartbroken because of my ship," and you're going, "Well, fuck your boat." Like, fuck you, Frankie. You don't think so? You're just you have a bias against Usopp.
Usopp's just not my favorite. That's all. I don't want to be a Usopp hater. That's not what I'm here for. But I also do think Usopp should grow some balls. That's all.
He wants to. That is his whole character. Is that he wants to grow some balls. So the ship is out.
Yes.
Usopp and everybody leaves. So what happens for them to go from Enies Lobby during the Aqua Laguna
Yeah.
to Water 7?
Oh.
The Gates of Justice. Sorry, the Gates of
It
Justice.
was a whole scene. Okay, so basically, someone shot and like Iceberg was seriously injured,
Mhm.
and they all thought it was like everyone on the island thought it was not Usopp, Luffy and his crew.
Okay,
so
yeah.
everyone was against Luffy and his crew, but Luffy was like, no, this is not me. I care about Iceberg.
Yeah.
Iceberg and me are pals.
Yeah.
We're fine. You know what I mean?
Whoa, who's trying to frame me like this? This is my boy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Luffy was like, he's my
guys.
boy. He only helps.
What's wrong with you
What
guys?
the heck? Yeah. So, Luffy wanted to know what was going on as well. So they thought of a plan, and they were like, oh, obviously the guy's going to come back and try to finish what he started.